DFO, he sounds like a boating company. Does one really understand love before awakening? Fantastic question. I love questions about love, and I love the condensedness of that question. Does one really understand love before awakening? I mean, that could easily become 5 essays. I mean, it could become like a PhD asking that type of thing. No. When you fall in love romantically, or when you love something, I think what's happening is you're having moments of awakening, but your mind is confusing it with the object. So say when you fall in love, not all people can fall in love, but some people can. It's like you don't want to be out of that moment, in that moment of kissing that person, or the moment that they look at you. Like, it's so exhilarating that you just want to be there forever in that moment. You don't want it to go, and then you can't get enough of that person. It's like such excitement to be in contact with that person. And so what happens is there is a dropping, the seeking drops. There may still be a person there, there may still be seeking there, but there's an element of dropping, and then an element of touching your true essence. This is why we get addicted to pleasure hunting, because always the moment you get pleasure, there's a dropping away of the seeking. But it doesn't last, and the next one comes up, and the more you do it, it's like a habit that forms. And then the habit gets bigger and bigger, like an alcoholic or a drug addict. So it's the same with if you listen to a lovely piece of music and then suddenly your heart wells up with love, or you look at like a spell-blinding sunset. There is like a presence that happens momentarily, and then the mind says, I love that, and wants to put the sunset in a jar, and then it's sort of like running, chasing sunsets across the globe, holding up the jar, trying to get it inside, and never can. And the same with music. It listens to it, and then it wants to become a musician because it believes that it's in the music, whereas it's never in the world. It's that there was a resonance in that moment. It can happen actually in these talks. There's the resonance. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing, or what's happening here. There's a resonance, and then it can be projected onto me. I love her. It happens a lot in non-duality. I mean, it also, I think, a lot with the male teachers as well. More so maybe with the male teachers. But it does happen with the female teachers as well. So there's tastes of love, but the tastes of love always become conditions. It becomes a conditioned love. It's because of the music, it's because of the other person, and therefore, in a way, it becomes war, because it's something that you cannot hold on to, and that's the heartache and heartbreak for the person. So it becomes a war to try to grab that love. Whereas love is really who you are. And then when there's that shift, that energetic shift, there can be objects where that expression of love is more intensified. Like than others. So like a peanut might not create such an effect as as a painting. I mean, a peanut could. You could suddenly be like, wow, that is the most beautiful peanut in the world. That does happen. But it might be that the painting is like, a reflection and in the world of this, and it sort of resonates more, or music. But it's no longer seen as out there. It's seen as the essence, and then there's things that are resonating more with that. Yeah, thank you for your question, DFO.